Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Thomas from RohmerFitness.com, and in today's video I'm going to share with you my top 5 isolation exercises that are actually worth doing in your routine. So isolation exercises kind of get swept under the rug in comparison to compound exercises, and it is for a good reason. Compound exercises are more efficient because they work multiple muscle groups at the same time. They also require you to use more of your core and activate more stabilizing muscles to complete the movement. And isolation exercises are only going to be working one primary muscle group, and so most of the time it's harder to gain strength in these exercises, and they're just not as efficient as compound exercises. However, there are some isolation exercises that are definitely worth doing in your routine because you can focus on one muscle group that just doesn't get enough activation as a secondary muscle group from some of these compound exercises. So I'm going to share those exercises here with you today, and they are in no particular order, but we're going to start off here with number 5, and that is going to be the skull crusher. So this is a really good exercise to hit the triceps hard. The primary head it's going to work on is going to be the long head of the tricep, which is the biggest head of the 3. And you can actually work up to some pretty decent weights with this and feel the muscle working. Whereas if you're doing something like a bench press, for example, the triceps are going to be a secondary muscle group, and they're not going to get hit nearly as hard as the chest is in that exercise. So great way to focus in on the triceps there. And my second exercise here on the list for you is incline dumbbell curls to work on the biceps. So again, if you're doing exercises like pull-ups or seated cable rows, bent over rows, lat pull downs, the biceps will get worked, but they'll be the secondary muscle group, and they will just not get hit nearly as hard as if you did an isolation exercise. So this is a really good one to hit the biceps hard. It's going to give you a nice stretch at the bottom part of the movement. And again, you can work up to some pretty heavy weights with this and build up some good biceps with this exercise. So number 3 on the list here is going to be bent lateral raises or reverse dumbbell flies, essentially any isolation exercise for the rear deltoid. So if you're doing an exercise like the military press, for example, that is primarily going to work on the front delt of the shoulder. So you have the front delt, the side delt, and you also have the rear delt. The best way to hit the rear delt is just going straight at it with an isolation exercise. And this is going to be a very important muscle group that you want to work on to help improve your posture and prevent injury. It'll give you a nice overall balance within your shoulder area. From all these pressing movements, we tend to have our shoulders rolled forward. This will help to roll it back into its natural position, which is how it can prevent a shoulder injury. And fourth on the list, I have standing calf raises or seated calf raises. Now, the exercises I'm going to be showing you here are more of a home gym variation you can do with a dumbbell or just a dumbbell bench or whatever the case may be. But if the gym you're working out at has a standing calf raise machine or a seated calf raise machine, go ahead and use those. But with your typical leg exercises like squats and lunges and other things of that nature, you're not really going to be hitting the calves very hard at all. So isolation exercises are really the best way to go if you want to hit your calf muscles hard. And then number 5 on the list is going to be lateral raises. So this is definitely my favorite isolation exercise of all time. Again, if you're doing something like a military press, you're primarily working on the front delt and not the side delt. So with this exercise, it's a great one to help broaden out the shoulders and give you that capped shoulder look, give you that nice separation between the shoulders and the arms. And you can do any type of variation with this. You can do it standing, seated, or even one arm at a time. You can work up to some pretty decent weights if you're doing the one arm version, and it's really going to help dramatically change your physique. So those are my top 5 isolation exercises. Give them a try in your workout. Also, if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And other than that, I will be talking to you next time. Peace.